Hey, Desiree here with Soul Path Astrology and this week's Oracle card readings. Welcome to video number one. And if this was your selection, I do ask you to hang tight, hit that like button if you find value in these. Also, hit the subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Okay, without further ado, here we go. Video one, card one. We've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So, what does it mean when the Wheel of Fortune arrives reversed? Often, this can be indicative of coming into a period of introspection or of just acknowledging that maybe you're feeling a little beaten up or a little bit like you're on because it's the wheel of life, right? Sometimes we're on the top and sometimes we're on the bottom. When it arrives reversed, sometimes that's an indication that you are feeling really stuck, that maybe there is a sense of just slogging it out, that things are not coming to fruition in the way that you wanted. On the other hand, sometimes when it's reversed, it's just saying, hey, you're coming out of this period. You've found your sense of purpose. You have found how to come back into power in your life. This whole reading, actually, all three cards kind of go together, mirror a lot of what's been happening for me, as they often do. And it seems like often people that are drawn into my sphere are also going through similar things to what I'm going through. And so I'm just going to speak really candidly here about hopelessness and the feeling of just slogging through and slogging through. I was at a weekend event, a retreat near Enderby called Regeneration Through New Human. And one of the major takeaways for me was trusting that there's more going on. There's more allies that are working in your favor than what maybe meets the eye. And that even though sometimes it feels hopeless, I mean, we have hurricanes, we have solar flares, we have like fires. There's so much going on globally. And if you're sensitive and you're tapping into things, it can just feel so fucking disheartening, right? And so I want to invite us into recognizing that there's actually something else happening, that there is a capacity we have within each of us to tap into our own inner guidance, our own this resource, your connection to source, to resource. So to connect into unconditional love. And it is an act of defiance in a way to tap into love when all around you there is craziness swirling around, when what appears is just this like great epic battle between good and evil, and it seems like evil's winning. And what can I do as a little person, just little me? What can I do? And there's actually an invitation here to tap into this wellspring of eternal love. And as much as it might sound cheesy or it might sound like woo wooey or whatever, there's actually something very real about allowing for the concept of turning the tides, turning the the spin. So from a downward spiral into entropy, it's like this upward spiral into love, into growth, into health and well-being. Our planet herself has consciousness, and there's an invitation here to tap into that with this card. How can you put yourself into service when you're feeling at your most down, at your most depleted? The invitation sometimes is to like, that's what a great place to surrender. Like, surrender into love, surrender into, I don't know. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know what the next move is. And just release the needing to know and welcome in love. Yeah. Welcome in this idea that there's more going on. Like in the final scene in Avatar, when nature herself showed up, right? To, in many respects, reestablish equilibrium, to reestablish life, right? And that's really what we're being invited into. So if this was your card, remember there is more going on than meets the eye. Remember that if you can connect to your unconditional love and to your best ability, bring that story to what you see around you. Bring love, bring music, bring art, bring play into the eye of these storms, right? Like It's incredible, actually, how powerful you are as an energetic being, as a source of light, as a source of sound, as a source of love emanating from you. It can be done. And it's so much of it is in our head. It starts there and then it's like it radiates into our heart and it comes from our gut too. It comes from our creative centers. It comes from our root. How can you bring that all together to radiate out this love into the eye of the storm? So that's where we'll end it with that Wheel of Fortune. Like, yes, acknowledging it sucks. And you know what? You do have the power to change this. It's just not maybe the way you think. It's energetically, it's with prayer, it's with faith, it's with your love, it's with your devotion, it's with your play. So I hope that landed. There is a link to get to the next video if you want from here. There's also a link to subscribe as always. And in the description of the card and in the comments, there'll be a link to my calendar if you want to deep dive and get a reading of your very own. Okay. I love you. Know that you've got this. Know that you do have control and that that control is over your mind and your heart. And you can turn that wheel, consciously turn that wheel towards love, towards life. Okay. Love you guys. Take care and see you next week.